I'm based in Berlin. Basically, I just moved here from Georgia like a year ago. And like I do art for a long time, but I think like 9 months ago, I got a DM on Instagram from Zora. And they were like, I think I had a username there, but like I was so confused, like not crypto related at all. Like I was so confused. What is this website? So I never touched it. And they DM'd me on Instagram like, "Hey, we saw your profile there. Like, um, we will give you $50 to start and explain a bit about the platform." Like, oh my god, getting paid for that's like, I don't think it's real. That's crazy. But I gave it a try, and I fell into this giant black hole of crypto Twitter somehow, and crypto art, and it's all just so crazy lately. And then I think Blank told me to join the Purple app, and I was like, okay, and I did, and somehow all of this happened. I don't know.
That's really funny. Origin story of how you got into crypto and on Zora and Farcaster. So you had no prior experience in crypto. You never really did anything with like Bitcoin or anything like that, right?
Not at all. Like, I don't think I even know. Like, I remember the only thing related to crypto in my life, I think, like, I met a friend in Georgia and she never worked. She never had a job. And I always ask her, like, why are you not working? She's like, 3 years ago, I invested in crypto. And I'm like, I don't understand anything, but good for you, girl. And that's it, basically. I don't understand.
That's funny. And so this art that, you said you'd been into art for a while. Presumably you'd been posting it on Instagram, not just
Yeah.
like, a lot of people, you just use Instagram for like pictures of themselves or whatever. But you had more of like an art Instagram account. Is that right?
Yeah.
And is it like,
Um,
was it like photography or are you like drawing or painting? Like
like
how far back
all
does your
kind of
art go?
stuff. I think I was like really obsessed with Google Street View, and I had my exhibition, my first exhibition ever. I took a lot of photos from Google Street View in Mongolia because I was like really obsessed with it. And so my Instagram was full of that. And the stone USBs that I made, I don't know if you saw those ones. And like a lot of small things.
What made you obsessed with Google Street Video? That's like a very specific obsession that I've never heard before.
I don't know, I have no clue. I think it just happened. Like I was living in Georgia and we really wanted to travel to Mongolia. And I think I wanted to see like what it looks like. And somehow I just got obsessed with like going around Google Street View.
So what do
It
you
was
do like
just so
when
fun.
you go on Google Street View? Like, are you like looking at places that you want to travel to like make a plan, or are you looking for like nice looking places that can somehow like become a part of your art? Like, how did you see Google Street View and then think like, oh, I'm gonna make this like this like looks like art to me?
I just like I was scrolling a lot and like you see like all those glitched landscapes or like really funny stuff. And I started collecting screenshots and it was like really fun. And that's it basically. And like I don't do this lately. I do a lot of other stuff lately, but it was fun to collect. I have so much, like half of my phone is full of photos from Google Street View, honestly.
That's wild. And was this like the first art related thing that you got really into, or have you been into art like since you were a kid?
No, I've been into art since I was a kid. Like I studied like in art school and it's always been there and I had a lot of artist friend, but it's like it's really lately that I started taking art way more seriously. Also, thanks to crypto, now I have uh, a lot of people who support me, and I'm able to do projects on a bigger scale, which I always wanted to do for years, but I was never really able to.
So how did it go from like, getting that DM on Zora to signing up for Zora? Were you able to start monetizing on, making money on some of your art just through Zora, or has it been like more like super recently with the sword stuff? Like, how's the how has the progression gone from like being able to realize like, hey, I can actually just like do my art, and crypto seems to be giving me a platform to be able to make money from it?
Like, I think it all happened really fast because uh, they explained to me how Zora works when wins for like $1, and I
What
think
year
I
was
just
this, like, roughly?
like a year ago,
Okay.
basically. So I think I just was like, I posted this picture of the stone USB I made. I don't know if you saw it again,
Mm.
but like, do you do you remember when like Zora had bots or something? The bots that were minting, like sometimes you were minting a photo and automatically like 30, 50 mints. So when I posted this um picture, I got like 30 minutes in a minute, which was $30, which was for my unemployed me was so much money. And I was like, oh my God, they already gave me like $50 and I got $30 and it's crazy. So I'm doing my digging and I realized that all those people on Zora are on Twitter. So I opened the Twitter and it's all started from there, I think. Like it all happened so fast.
Were you ever on Twitter before that, or that was your first entry point into Twitter as well?
My first entry point on Twitter. I think I was like sometimes scrolling Twitter, but I never posted there, like nothing.
Yeah, just, like, pure consumption, not any tweeting.
Yeah. And
Um,
mm,
yeah, go ahead.
and I think I started like posting some memes about Zora on Zora, and I started posting my works, and just started collecting money to rent a studio, and I did rented a studio a few months ago, and I started like making more serious work and it works on a bigger scale, and I started like posting them on Twitter and as well, and people wanted to buy them like on other platforms. So it's just like I think like I posted things on Zora and like 3 months later it was just so crazy.
When you talk about, like, being able to do things on a bigger scale, like, what's an example of, like, one of these first projects that maybe it's, like, once you got the studio or something that you're able to do certain projects that you just couldn't do before? Was it a matter of, like, the money for the supplies, or what's, like, an example of sort of, like, a bigger scale project for you? Or,
I
like,
think
one of the first
the
ones?
I think the first project, like I did some big projects outside of the studio, but like they were not messy at all. But I think the first project I did on the studio was the sword on a MacBook. Um, yeah, so it was the first project I did on a studio, I think, which I really wanted to do for so long, but it was like super messy to do at my home. It filled my studio with microplastics.
Just stabbing through the laptop, basically?
Yeah,
Was
like I
that,
had to cut it.
yeah, go ahead.
Oh, no, just that I had to cut it basically, and I couldn't do it at home at all.
Yeah. Was, was the reaction to that piece in particular surprising for you?
Like, yeah, like it was like such a big idea that I had for so long that I was like 100% sure that it would go so well, but like it was still so surprising to see how well did it go. Like it, and like also now with the swords, it's kind of related, but it was all before that as well.
So that was the first like swords related thing that you did.
Yeah, like I didn't do much more than that. It was all like lately on, like I was joking on for pastor, and somehow it all happened with the source as well. But yeah,
Are there any other projects like the sword through the laptop that has been like sort of on your mind for a very long time, or you know, whether they're ones that you have since been able to do already, or that you haven't yet been able to do but really want to someday?
also like the latest project that I did, I don't know if you saw it when I used my thermal printer. So it was also like really exciting to have a thermal printer. They're like so expensive, and I wanted one for like a year for this project. And I finally was able to afford this like last March, and I finished with this project a few days ago, and it was like super exciting.
I didn't see this one yet, actually. Can you tell me about it a little bit?
It's I'm really obsessed with like stock images links, cause like they're really funny. Cause it's like describing the image like really funny inside of the link. So I have this link for like this really stupid image of a waterfall, and it's written like inside the link like waterfall, waterfall, beautiful waterfall or something like this, like describing it. And just like there's the video of the thermal printer, like the supermarket receipt one. So it's printing like a really long paper with the link on it, and it's basically like a waterfall.
Huh. And so what do you do with that like sort of end product?
It was a video basically. Like I had a lot of tries. Honestly, my studio is right now filled with like a lot of papers, but it was just for I just filmed it. Like I don't know, like yeah, basically that's the end product. I think just a video of this falling like a waterfall.
And are you collaborating with anyone, or you mostly like to work on the art on your own?
I usually like to work on my own. I actually have a collab. Like I don't know, can I talk? I guess I can talk about it, but like there is gonna be this uh like digital exhibition soon that I did a collab. They like set up some artists to do like collabs with each other, and there's gonna be an exhibition soon with my collab with my friend. I don't know how much can I talk about it. I guess I can, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean it's up to you. I don't know if it's I can also hold back. I don't know how soon it is, but I can hold back the
Yeah,
episode
it's
until it's
like
out.
uh, there's not much to talk about it. Also, honestly, but just yeah, I think in a week and a half it's gonna be, and there's just gonna be that collab that I did with my friend, and
Nice. Um,
yeah, some digital work.
is there a particular like direction that you're excited about now in taking your art? Something, whether it's continuation of what you've been doing or something new in particular?
I don't know. I think I really want to like work on stuff on a bigger scale, like physically or conceptually. Like I feel like it's never enough. Like how can I top up my older works and like just make things like related to them, but better? Basically, making a full body of works that relate to each other. Um, I don't know. I have a lot of ideas, but now it's also really cold. So, like anything that involves like big materials and stuff, it's really hard because it's so snowy outside. But I hope, like, in a month or two, I will be able to work on like a lot of new physical projects.
Yeah, that makes sense. And you mentioned like I think you said you're in Berlin now. You were in Georgia
Yeah.
before. Um, how do you? I think I've met one person before who is from and lives in Georgia. You know, it's relatively not that many people, so I'm curious like how you liked it there and how you like Berlin. Like what motivated the move? Um, if you view yourself as staying in Berlin
Mhm.
for a long time.
Yeah, basically, like, yeah, Georgia is really small. I think like there is like 3 million people in Georgia. Um, like I really love this place, but it was like the culture there is amazing. The people there are super nice, but also there is a lot of problems in Georgia, and it was at the time really hard for me to find a job there because I don't speak Russian or I don't speak Georgian, and it's like a big problem there.
Hmm.
But like it's really amazing. I visit there a lot, and the culture is just crazy. But Berlin, it's easier, I guess. Like a lot of people speak English, which in Georgia, not a lot of people speak English. And like I came here because I thought it's gonna be easier to find a job, and somehow ended up being a full time artist. So I guess it doesn't matter now. But yeah, basically,
Is the cost of living a lot lower in Georgia? Like, can you live, if you wanted to have your studio in Georgia, like, could you do all of that for a lot less than Berlin, or it's not like super different?
I think like it's really weird with Georgia because I think rent is cheaper, but some stuff are not cheaper. Like it's just really weird. Like 'cause some stuff here in Berlin are like way more expensive, and some stuff are in Georgia are way more expensive in Berlin. But the rent is in Georgia, like it got really expensive because of the war with Russia, but like sometimes you can still find stuff for like extremely cheap, like
Mm,
$150 for like a room,
mm,
which is like insane. But compared to the salaries they get there, and also when I work there, could barely afford that as well.
yeah. Um, yeah. I mean, it's the interesting thing about crypto, I think, is that it's like this global internet economy, and so
Yeah, that's crazy.
it doesn't, what's the right word, discriminate for people who might live in like extremely low cost of living places, which for the people who live there, it kind of makes sense. And it might not be easy because the salaries are comparably low. But if you're making money in crypto and you can convert it to USDC or like whatever, it's like, um, it doesn't really consider at all like what your cost of living might be. So if you just move somewhere that's low cost of living, you can do really well. Um, is there any place in particular that uh, you would also be curious to try living or even just to travel to outside of Berlin now?
I really want to travel to New York, honestly. Probably I'm gonna go to Farcon for that. Um, but like I've been between Georgia and Berlin. I was traveling a lot, which also happened after I started like with crypto, which bring us to what you said is just so crazy that like I will go to different cities where some of them are more expensive, some of them are cheaper, but like the money I see in crypto is the same. Would like make me think like, wow, if I would be in Georgia right now, like that's so crazy. And make me think of my friends in New York who maybe make the same amount as me, which like is so different to them. And it's like just the same all over the world, which is so crazy to me.
Have you become interested in like other parts of crypto besides maybe, more narrowly sort of like the crypto art and, doing things on Zora, selling some of your art elsewhere? Maybe, have you become interested more broadly in crypto or in anything else in particular, or you mostly stick with like the art stuff?
I don't know. I kind of stick with the art. Honestly, like I did some tradings, I can't lie, but like there was so much meme coins coming out of WordPress. I had to see what people are talking about, but I don't know if it's for me. Like it was fun, but like it's way too stressful for me. Like I prefer and I feel so much better when I make my money from my art and not like feeling like a gambling addict, which is interesting because I see like and I also think about a lot of people who collect my art is like that they do tradings, and a lot of my friends in workers like just they earn their money from trading. But I don't feel like it's for me. I prefer to just keep on doing art, and hopefully it will be enough for me.
Yeah, and doing your art is pretty unlikely to like lose money or lose a lot at least quickly. And trading like that can happen
That's for
anytime.
sure. Like, I also think about swords, which was like, I don't know, I see it as a funny project. It was really interesting because like I never imagined I would make my own coin, or I can call it my own coin. I want to call it the swords channel coin, but it all happened so fast and somehow it happened.
Yeah. So what was like sort of the story behind swords from like, can you walk through from, maybe, well, I guess I have like a couple questions. Do you remember how, maybe not, but do you remember how you came up with that original swords idea for the sword through the computer, through the laptop in the first place?
Uh, like, I don't remember honestly. It just came out into my head, but like it's funny because like the source channel wasn't originally like it kind of was, but it was not that related to this. Like I can tell you exactly how the source channel started.
Yeah.
Like the rewards started, and I'm like I'm blinded by that 200
Uh-huh.
USDC, and I'm like I have to like that pays the rent for my studio almost, and like I have to engagement bait my way into 200 USDC, okay, and but like I have like 700 followers on like WordCast, like it cannot happen, and so when I was on my way to the studio to create this sword MacBook thing, I took a picture of myself with the sword because I carried it in a metro and it was really embarrassing.
Uh-huh.
So I posted it on Warpcast and it was like super cringe engagement baiting post of like I'm coming after you if you don't like my casts. Like I need that 200 USDC, and it gained a bit of attention. And I think it was Facts. He texted me like, "I actually have the source channel. Do you want it?" And I'm like, "I really need that 200 USDC, but what can I do with the source channel? Like, I will. What can I post there?" And he was like, "I don't know. That's all yours." And I'm like, "I cannot say no to a gift, right?" So I ran with it, and I was like, if it gets 100 members, I will stop my printer, which I didn't do yet. I'm sorry. I just came back to Berlin, but and people liked it, and then people were like nonstop posting swords, and it's gained so much attention. I was not expecting it actually.
Do you have any idea why horse facts had swords in the first place?
I don't know. Maybe he. I don't. Maybe he bought it for me. I don't remember. But
Interesting.
he just texted me like, "I have it. Do you want it?" Like, I got it, and I'm like, oh, I ran with it. It's like okay, and then I was like, if people would text me like, "Token, please, token," and I'm like, okay, I will do that. Like, I can't say like people want it. I can't disappoint anyone. I can make the channel grow like this. I can make around for this, and I'm gonna get some clunker fees, which is not bad obviously. So I did it, and yeah, still building. Like we had a little problem with the last round, but we are figuring it out. By the way, because no one got their rewards, and it was very upsetting. But no one is mad anymore, and we are just trying to figure it out.
So
But
right now
hopefully,
yeah, go ahead.
hmm? Yeah, no,
Go
but
ahead.
hopefully we're gonna keep building new stuff soon for the channel because it's really fun.
Are there people who have, I mean, it's first of all, it's just funny how like when something becomes a thing now, like, the swords channel starts to like get some attention and momentum, and then you just start getting flooded by direct messages of like, what's the token? It's just like such a weird thing that's like pretty new. Um, and you, as like a person who, you weren't even trying to like do anything like this, and then next thing you know, you're launching a token for swords, and it's done pretty well so far, right? I mean, obviously it's
Um,
volatile. Like all of them have been like super volatile, but in general, like it got over a hump of like getting a fair bit of attention, right?
yeah, just about it. And I thought he doesn't like me. I think he still doesn't, but he bought that. So
Why do you think that?
because I had a mad Twitter post about him. I subtweeted him in such a shameful way because he updated the map for the businesses that accept USDC. And I went to one of them the day after he updated the map and told the world about it. And I was like, they didn't know what USDC is. And it got so much attention. And so I think, and I think I made him a bit mad. He also like wrote like a like super nice, like sorry about it. And I was uh, like making fun of him. I was a bit mad. I was like super embarrassed in this business going and be like, do you accept USDC? And they're like, what the fuck is this? So I was really mad. So I was really surprised when he bought swords. That was really nice. I was like, I guess the community is bringing everyone together. But yeah, basically, but I don't know. We had the problem with the last round, so nobody got the rewards, and I think some people got fed, and we cannot really continue building until we figure it out. So the chart doesn't look that good right now, but hopefully we're gonna keep building, and everything is going to be okay because I don't want it to look like I stopped here because like I'm already into it and it's super fun. So I just want to keep building because hell yeah.
Yeah, I think I mean it's Monday, January 13th as we're recording this, and the chart for just about everything looks pretty bad today. So
Yeah.
it's not I don't think it's necessarily a swords related problem unless swords is driving the market and Bitcoin and Ethereum are
Yeah.
maybe reacting to the swords drama. Could always be.
Maybe it's all about source.
Yeah,
Maybe.
you never know. So anyway, and it sounds like my guess would be Jesse probably doesn't remember or at least didn't associate that was you with the comment, and probably now just knows you as the swords girl and probably enjoys it enough. That's probably why he bought it, because he thought it was cool and funny and good. So I
I
doubt he
hope
has anything against
because
you.
like honestly, like I was very mean. I would remember this. Like I was very mean and it got a lot of attention. So I would remember this, but I really hope he doesn't notice that it's me.
Well, if he listens to this, then he'll make the connection, but he'll also hear you saying how you were mean, and so maybe he'll forgive you for that. So hopefully it's
Yeah.
it's good either way.
Source connecting people together this time.
Yeah, swords unites everyone, it sounds like. So when you like make your well, is there anything else from swords that's like worth mentioning? Anything?
Right now, no. Like we are building. We have the swords.dev website, which is the website for the sword. But we have the swords.social that we are building a frame. Soon, I hope we're gonna finish with that, and it's gonna be super nice. But that's it basically.
Where did you acquire your first sword?
From the Chinese websites, it was
And you bought it for the sake of that original, the laptop exhibit?
yeah, which was actually like I got a little grant from I don't remember how to pronounce his name. He's like one of the higher guys. He really liked the idea. I think let me check what's his name on
Like
WordPress.
Light or Martin?
No, oh my god, because like he deserves a shout out for that because he paid for that. No questions asked. It was a cool idea.
Paid
How much do you need?
for the sword?
And the MacBook Pro.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, his username Fat Cap.
Fat Cop. Oh, I
uh,
think, yeah, that used to be, is that,
Colfax.
yeah, Colfax. I
Yeah.
keep getting confused because I see this, it's hard enough when someone changes their
Yeah,
profile picture all the
exactly.
time, but when they change their profile picture and they change their name, it's like there's no way to know like who it is anymore. So I thought that was him. I think his profile picture is still the same. So yeah,
Yeah.
Colfax has been A good guy. I think he listens to this podcast once in a while. I should have him on at
Like,
some point.
hi.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
exactly.
I appreciate it so much because like I had no money for that. And he was like, how I joked, I made a 3D model of this and I posted it on Twitter. I was like, all a girl need is like an artist grant and a studio. And I got the studio and he was like, but how much do you need for that? And I was like super shy. I'm like, um, if that's okay. And he just did that. And like that's only existing because of him. So I'm like super grateful because I wanted to do it for so long.
Is he holding swords now?
Yeah, we have a little group of some
Swordsman?
yeah, for sure actually. And we're just like bringing ideas and trying to build more stuff. So he's there.
Nice. And do you have any plans to acquire more swords, or you think you'll just stick with your one?
Like the crypto ones or like the
No, like
real
a
ones.
physical sword. Yeah, like a real sword.
I live out of a suitcase. I don't have place for swords, which is like so sad because like I just want to have a lot of them and I will take a lot of funny pictures and I'm gonna post it on WordCast. But like I live out of a suitcase. I have no place for swords.
Well, what about like the studio? Like, will you live out of a suitcase, meaning that like you travel a lot, or
Yeah.
yeah,
Like I'm staying in Berlin, so that's why I have a studio, but like I don't want to think about it because I have so much stuff in my studio that's like they don't get in a suitcase. So
I
I don't
see,
want to think about it even.
I see. So the swords would only
Yes,
be you would need some kind of like travel sword case if you're gonna start collecting.
for sure. Like, yeah, like a source keychain or something.
Interesting. Cool. Well, I did have another question.
Sure.
When you so like in Berlin, I mean, I guess there's some places that probably accept USDC, but you know, for me, I'm still not really. I'm mostly using fiat in physical world transactions, and you know, crypto stuff, or you know, sometimes digital transactions that aren't necessarily crypto, but they'll accept USDC. But you know, mostly I still use uh, fiat as a medium of exchange in the physical world, or traditional, like, you know, if I order something on Amazon or something, and I use crypto as a medium of exchange within crypto, and then otherwise as store of value. Um, and so assuming that you're doing most, you know, in real world, you know, physical world transactions in fiat, um, but you also want to like sort of have your money in a, you know, I don't know if you want to hold like most of your money in you know, fiat, if you want to hold it in crypto. Like, I'm curious, as you're making income in, uh, you know, I guess it's mostly in Ethereum.
Yeah.
Are you holding your Ethereum, or do you sell some of it for fiat? Do you, you know, outside of that little experiment with trading, do you have other like coins that you like to hold your, you know, do you have any Bitcoin, stuff like that, or mostly just keep it in
No,
Ethereum?
I keep I keep most of it in Ethereum or just USDC. I have a lot. I am way too hopeful person. I don't know how much of the best idea in the world is to just let my money be on Ethereum and like I just take, I just cash out, like I just sell it when I need money for whatever.
Yeah.
Like not a financial advice for sure, but I do that. And I hope that one day it will pay me well. I guess it's like an emotional roller coaster, honestly. Like waking up this morning, seeing the chart. I had like a little widget on my lock screen of the Ethereum price. I just deleted it today. I was
You
like,
had a
I can't.
widget just to show the Ethereum price, basically.
Yeah, I deleted it today. I was like, no more.
Today was the final straw.
Yeah, for sure. Like full circle since November.
Well, so when you started, actually, it's kind of interesting. Like Ethereum, probably. When did you say you got that message from Zora? It was like a year ago.
Ethereum was around the same price as now, actually.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like
I
it's
round,
interesting.
I round tripped. But
Yeah,
like,
exactly. You're
it's
around.
not the worst it can be. It was like it could have been the opposite, and it would be so bad. But
Yeah. Yeah, I
so
mean, it's
I'm
interesting
actually
because
not
like,
that sad now.
yeah, over that, I mean, if you're holding your current, like you're holding your money in something, like it's, definitely the thing that you're holding staying at the same price, it's not obviously the worst thing that can happen. Obviously, people, hope Ethereum will continue to go up in the long run. I certainly believe that it will, but who knows? And I think it's just kind of interesting because most of the people I know in crypto, I guess, have been sort of, involved for a while longer, where like at least um, they might have experienced like the last cycle, quote unquote, from, like 4 years ago, 3 years ago, whatever. Um, or maybe they got involved during like the last bear market, and so they've gotten like some appreciation, if even if they had Ethereum, or certainly if they had like Bitcoin or Solana or something. But you're basically a year in and have been mostly involved with Ethereum, and obviously Ethereum did get up to like, I don't know where it was, maybe like 4,000 or something, and
Yeah.
now it's back down at 3. So like you've kind of had, you haven't really like, you've participated in crypto and in art, and a little bit of trading and creating your own coin with swords. But you haven't actually been exposed yet really to like a market, like a broader crypto market going up pretty significantly in terms of Ethereum, at least. Like obviously the time that you've
Yeah.
been involved, I
Like,
think Bitcoin has probably doubled, but Ethereum's kind of like just doing the same thing.
oh my God. But like, no, I think that was like Ethereum went down to like almost 2K, right? And that was a bit sad. So seeing it like after the elections going like that was like, oh my God. And then it went to 4K. I just again like I'm not like an investor or trader or whatever. I just have some of my money in crypto. So I was like, okay, cool. And now it's in 3K again. I'm still like, I'm grateful because that's money I made from art basically. So it can be a little bit more or it was a lot less. But as long as I can pay my rent and I can pay the rent for my studio. So I'm pretty fine. Like also got a lot of the clanker fees. I got some in swords, which like mostly go for the rounds and the things we build. Like I didn't sold any and I didn't use any for whatever besides giving back to the community. But I was also surprised that I got some Ethereum. So I finally replaced my 10 years old broken laptop, which is crazy because I didn't know that laptops can work that good.
You didn't know that laptops could do what?
Can just work basically.
Oh yeah. They don't have to be broken all the time.
I didn't know that. I was so used to like my 10 years old broken laptop that I just like I replaced it like maybe 2 weeks ago and I'm like, wow, that's like unreal. Like I
That's
guess
awesome.
crypto is that cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. I hope that should probably help your art and everything that you do, all things equal, to have a working machine now after 10 years.
That's for sure. Like maybe you should tell like Warpcast about it. I think it will give a lot of hopes for the source charts. Now that I can actually build something.
Yeah, exactly. People may not be aware in the swords community that
Yeah.
you built everything to date on a broken laptop, and now you've got a working one.
Yeah, now I can build stuff basically. So maybe it's good for everyone is winning basically.
Exactly. Cool. Well, I know we're coming up on the scheduled time, but is there anything else that while we're on, that you'd like to mention or talk about, or you feel like we covered a lot of the good stuff for now?
I think like we covered most of the stuff. Like I don't think I have anything extra that I want to mention. Yeah.
Nice. Well, it's been a pleasure
Yeah.
speaking with you.
So
I
nice.
will. I'll look forward to the return of the swords chart. No, not financial advice, but I sense
For
that it's
sure.
going to lead the return of crypto and Bitcoin and Ethereum, and everything will
Yeah.
follow swords coming back from where it is now. And yeah, just excited to see you continue to produce art, and hopefully even better now with a working laptop. And excited to just see what else you do in the future. It's only a year into your crypto journey, and it's you've done a lot so far. So it sounds like a promising future ahead for you. Of
Thank you. It was so nice to talk, and thank you for inviting me.
course, awesome. Well, have a great rest of the day, and we'll talk
You
again soon.
too.
Bye bye.
Okay. Bye bye.